Good evening, everyone. Welcome you all for the yet another episode of Startup Stories. My name is Guna, startup coach and author of the book Startup Recipe. In this episode of Startup Stories, we have a special person, Mr. Elango. He is from Pondichery. He finished his graduation there, worked for the Hindustan Lever for 13 years, and then he got into entrepreneurship. Today, he is owning more than 8 brand outlets of Jockey showroom in 3 places in Chennai, Pondicherry, and Kerala. So we have a special person, Mr. Elango, with us. Welcome, Mr. Elango.
Thank you, Guna. Very good evening to all of you. And I would like to thank Guna for this fantastic opportunity to get connected with all the entrepreneurs and all the budding entrepreneurs. Looking forward to be connected with you always and wishing you all the best going forward. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for joining for this special interview, sir. This is a series of stories which I'm bringing so that aspiring entrepreneurs will know how every successful entrepreneur started once and how the successful today they are. So today we would like to hear your story. So you worked in Hindustan Lever for 13 years, which is something not very common. Like people used to shift from one company to other company every 2 years, 3 years. So you worked in single company for more than 13 years and then you got into entrepreneurship. Can you just share your story about the transformation into entrepreneurship?
Thank you for that question, Guna. Actually, yeah, as you said, 13 years is sort of fairly a longer period to be working in one organization. During the 13 years, even I had quite a few options to go to some other companies, and I also had my fellow staffs, my peers joining other organizations.
Okay.
But my zeal was always to become an entrepreneur, all said and done. So I mentally decided that my next job is going to be on my own. Normally there's a saying in English that what you think you become, or what you dream, and one fine day you become so. That's what happened in my life. I was dreaming all along. I did have the vision that I must be on my own, and I did wait for the opportunity. So after 13 years, I thought this is the day that I start be on my own. And in this place, I definitely need to thank my mentor or my support, I would say. The person. Once again, let me tell a small story for all of you. I'm sure
Please,
many of
please,
you will know this
please.
story. There is a story saying that there was a king who was ruling a nation with all sort of health and wealth for the nation. But one fine day, there was a unexpected war against an enemy nation, and all said and done, they lost the battle. He was thrown out of the throne, and he was all set to probably towards a suicidal attempt. By that time, he met a saint who just gave him a rope which is tied with some slogan,
Okay.
and that saint gave him a hope, saying that you just go ahead and do whatever you can, and you will succeed. Whenever you need the support, you just open this uh, tied paper in which you have a thing
Okay.
which you never ever could imagine in your life that is going to give you the power. But with all that power, he went and he started refresh, and he conquered another nation again. He came back to the nation and he became the king. By that time, he opened and saw that it was saying that even this will pass by,
Okay.
right? So that is another point for him to remember, that he had passed by the tough times, and he will also pass by this good time as well. So for which he need to prepare himself. Like that, I was preparing myself, and the point of support for me was my mentor. And I would like to thank my mentor, Mr. Anand, who is there from Pondicherry, is my maternal cousin, and who was the person behind my support to get into this entrepreneurial journey. He just told one thing: you just come out and do whatever you wish. Even if something goes wrong, I am there to back you. That's a simple word, as the saint said. He is the saint for me who said this word. You just come, you just do whatever you wish to, and I am there to support you at any tough times. This is one word which gave me the power, which gave me the courage to be on my own. And today I need to thank him before I even start to explain whatever I have achieved or whatever I am aspiring to achieve in the process. Thank you, Guna, for that question. And that is
This
what
story,
really me to become an entrepreneur.
the story which you just shared also applies to the current situation where a lot of people are
Right.
panicking about what will happen after this. So as you said, this will also pass. So that story very well suits to the current situation also.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I mean, I want all of them to believe that this is only a temporary phenomenon, and this is only a time for us to probably overhaul our system in
correct,
total. By now, everybody must have seen a lot of WhatsApp messages saying that the Earth is overhauling by itself. That's
correct.
what is applicable for us as a person, for our business, for our process, whatever it is. This is the time that we sit back, relax, spend some time with family, and also overhaul our business process, our business system, so that we are gearing up for the next phase. That's it. Yeah.
Well said, sir. So you got into the entrepreneurship with this your mentor support, and you had a strong will to become an entrepreneur in life. But after starting entrepreneurship, there would have been some surprises. There will be some challenges which usually anybody faces. So did you had any challenges in the initial phase of your entrepreneurship?
Okay. Thank you for this question once again. I mean, initially, I would not say that it was a great challenge for me because I did not have any, what do you say, a great aim. I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to provide employment for others. That's what
Okay,
my aim was all about. So,
okay,
in this journey, in my first business, let me tell you, I started the business with just 3 lakh rupees in my hand. That is
okay,
what my dad could afford by that time. That
okay,
is what I had to be frank with you. That is what the gratuity amount and the retirement, voluntary retirement amount, what I got from the levers. And that was the only investment what was available with me. And to be frank, I was the owner, I was the manager, I was the delivery boy, and I was the courier boy for all the requirements of the business.
it's more of a self-employment at that stage, right?
More a solopreneur, I would say. In today's terminology, if you want to tell me, it
Okay,
was a solopreneur job which I did in the
okay,
initial days.
okay,
And by 2002, I started my first showroom in 250 square feet or
okay,
230 square feet to be precise.
okay,
And as I got the confidence, as I gained the confidence, in
okay.
2004, I shifted to a bigger premises of 1,000 square feet.
Wow.
And
Four times
the
growth, yeah.
and the business what I was doing in the initial stage was wedding invitation and printing facility.
Okay.
Once again, let me thank the Manaka card owner, Mr. Shankar Lingam, for giving me an opportunity to be part of a franchisee for Pondichery. And by that time, in 2004, my showroom was one of the best showrooms for wedding invitations, and it was so well designed and executed. Once again, there is another friend of mine from Chennai who is called as Mr. Selvan, and who also supported me. And Guna, I know you, I'm sure that you'll be
Yeah,
knowing him.
I know Selvan, TV
Yeah,
Selvan,
yeah.
right?
So he is a very close.
Aishwarya.
Yeah, yeah, correct, correct. He was a very close. He's a very close friend of mine, and we together designed this showroom. We together executed this showroom without any interior architect because by that time I did not have my financial ability to hire an interior architect. So
Okay.
we were the architects, we were the planners, and we gave the execution to the carpenters, and we were together ensuring that the showroom comes well. And it was a very good showroom by then. By those days, it was one of the best showrooms. And as the journey started in the wedding invitations, I sort of picked up the nuances. I would say I learned the business by in total,
Okay.
and with all the good support of my well-wishers in and around the region, we were doing a decent business. And once again, I would say before the challenge time, there was another good thing that happened to me. In 2010, I associated with my friend come relative, Mr. Ram Kumar, who
Okay.
is also my partner in all my business what we do since 2010.
Okay.
We together thought of venturing into a brand retailing, and that's where we started exploring the opportunities, and we ended up doing our first store for Jockey in Pondicherry. If I could talk about that story, that can go for another half an hour.
Okay.
I mean, that was such a small store, 600 square feet, such
Okay.
a small size, and I think everything went fall in place for us, and we got approval for the showroom, and our first business for first jockey store started just 10 years before now. It was in June 2010, and we're now just a month away or 2 months away from our 10-year mark of our first store.
So in
And
10
after
years, you
doing
have
that store,
expanded into 8 different branches in
8 different stores.
three to five.
Not only there are another 3 which we actually closed down, which that's what the challenge which I will share with you. But the
Please,
mistakes
please,
probably
please, sir.
it did not come without any mistakes.
Okay.
There were certain mistakes, let me tell you.
Okay.
And in the year 2000, when we started the business, one more point what I would like to tell to the entrepreneurs or the budding entrepreneurs is always have your financial book clean as much as possible. Always have your financial papers better. I mean, file your IT returns, file your GST returns, because this will help you to get the funds from the bank.
Correct.
Because as I told, I had only 3 lakh rupees in my hand. Even Ram or myself, we probably pumped in only 10 lakhs from our pocket. But the store project was close to 50 lakhs. The
Okay.
only support what I got was from the bankers.
Okay.
Because our papers were healthier, because we were filing in 2000, just imagine how many business owners will be filing IT. Today,
Very
because
rare.
of all the pressure,
Rare.
today, because of all the pressure, everybody are coming into the system. But we were systematic right in the year 2000 itself. So that gave us the opportunity to get into the bank loan scheme, and we got that term loan from the bank. That is what helped us to get into this business.
Okay.
So if at all we are successful today, we need to thank the bank manager, Mr. Samaraj and Chitra, who are the supportive in the initial days. Because this is the time that I can give the gratitude back to them, and because of them, we have traveled a long way in our life. So after this store in Pondichery, Tom and myself were contemplating about to go to other regions or just to stick on to Pondicherry. And finally, we decided that it's not that good for us to probably stick on to one store. So we have the energy and the age in us. So why not we venture into Chennai? But we were very clear when we went to Chennai market, we were not having any plan to compete with other franchisee owners.
Okay.
When somebody is searching for an opportunity at T Nagar, we were exploring a market at OMR.
Okay.
When we were exploring a market in OMR, even brand jockey was asking us, "Are you really crazy guys to open a showroom in
Why
OMR?"
do you want to go out of the city and start
When there's
something
no
there?
market at all by then.
Correct.
But we said that we are confident and we want to do. So brand believed in our confidence and they gave us a go ahead. And once again, we did a very good job in OMR stores. And by that, we also started to venture into another opportunity, which is at Krompet. So
Okay.
we found a property in Krompet, which was an erstwhile Tasmak bar.
Okay.
And we completely redid and gave a totally new dimension to that. And the store started performing well.
Okay.
With this confidence, the brand started believing in our system, believing in our process, believing in our commitment all the more. And they gave us an opportunity to go to Kerala, the so-called famous Lulu Mall. We were given an opportunity to do a store, and we were really happy to go into. I mean, many of us will be even happy to go as a visitor inside Lulu Mall, but we had the opportunity to go and open a store in Lulu, which really gave us a totally
I've been to
different
that
leap.
mall. It's an amazing mall. Like many years ago, like in 2014, I was there. Even at 2014, their standard was very high. Even at that time, one of
Yeah,
the
that's one
premium
of the
malls.
international
Yeah.
standard malls, correct.
Yeah.
And we ventured into Kerala. Our first operations were at Lulu Cochin, and after the successful operations at Lulu, we ventured into Thrissur. Once again, top of the brand at Shobha Mall, and we went to Trivandrum. Once again, top of the brand, the first ever mall in Trivandrum, I would say, Mall of Travancore by the Malabar Groups, and also with Lulu's. Mall, which was a smaller version at Triprayar near Thrissur, once again a mall there. But all these did not come without any failures. Let me tell you. Let me tell you the failures, and
So
let me tell
we
you
want to hear that, sir, because that's what will help other aspiring entrepreneurs not to do them.
Exactly. So because failure is not a failure,
Correct.
only it is another lesson for us learned. But this was a costly lesson for us. Let me admit you, a costly lesson to the tune of ₹1 crore.
Okay.
But we have to accept and we have to move forward. That's the reality in this world. If you probably stick to that, it could have been 5 crores lost by this time if we did not.
Okay.
I mean, we ventured into another brand store at Ambattur.
Okay.
It was not JOCKEY. Let me not name the brand.
Okay.
So we ventured into another brand retailing. It's once again a costly effort, some 70 lakh rupees for the store, interiors, and all those things. And we were a bit aggressive because we were carried away by all the success, to be frank with you.
Understood.
I mean,
So you were in
as
the
we are
flow, you
tasting the
thought everything
success, yeah,
will work.
we thought that we are going to be really successful in whatever we do, and we
Got it.
sort of got carried away. And also, uh, we were new to that particular business, and because of the proximity to the place, from our place of Thiruvannur to Ambattur, it was not easy for us to travel every day, and we probably did not learn that business better. And because we did not learn, we were not able to educate our employees or maybe extract the best out of our employees. Once again, it is our fault. I mean, I would say that the employees are by and large okay to do whatever you're expecting. That's what
Okay.
we are able to see in our 10 years of retail industry experience. Only thing we need to ensure that the expectations are set right for them. That's
Okay.
the mistake, probably what we did wrong.
Okay.
And we were also not hands-on in that business because our knowledge level is also slightly less. So
Okay.
these are the two things. And adding to that, what happened, there was another store which was likely to come very near to our store. So
Okay.
either we must take that store or we must face a competition.
Okay. Okay.
We took maybe a wrong decision, if I could recall today, to take that store also within our control.
Okay. Just to avoid competition, you thought you yourself will take it. Okay.
To avoid competition, we thought that we'll do that store, but later we learned a lesson that we can't own all the stores in all the parts of the country.
Correct.
Maybe everybody must have a pie, and it's not that we can eat everything on our own. Right. So that is what the hard lesson which we learned. And also the second lesson what we learned is be hands-on in whatever you do and transfer the ownership with the right set of expectations.
Okay.
That's what I would say. You learn the business very well, or you hire somebody who is very good in that business.
Okay.
Who you can trust. And level 2 is ensure that you are setting the expectation right with the person who you are getting employed with, and so that they are able to run the show on behalf of your name in the right way. And here also, let me tell one good thing out of this entire loss what we incurred. We were not given the franchisee for that particular store just like that. We were rated by the credit rating agency called ICRA, ICRA.
Okay.
So the ICRA gave us a positive feedback about my company and my company's financials. After that, I was given a franchisee for this particular brand.
So it was a qualification kind of.
Exactly. That means I was proud of myself on that day that yes, my books are well maintained. It's not healthy or not healthy. It's well maintained and there is no ambiguity in it. And that is what made the banker to probably pump in more and more working capital to all my new projects. Okay. So it's a very hard lesson. It's a costly lesson, but definitely worth learning a lesson that we must not venture into a business which we are not sure of. Okay. We must have an experience, or we must associate with somebody really experienced in the business.
We should take somebody's guidance throughout.
Exactly.
And relate with it. Okay.
Exactly. And second thing is, when you recruit an employee, ensure that you are thoroughly clear about what his qualification, what his experience, and what his attitude is about, so that you can set the expectation very clearly to them.
Either we or they should not get disappointed. So either way, it should be like it should be a win-win.
Okay. Okay. So because of these mistakes, at the end of the day, we were forced to probably close that entire business. Okay. After realizing that it is not working. Better, I mean, there's a saying that better to sell off rather than having and crying. I mean, that is what we did. So we thought of selling it off. We sold it for whatever cost we could and salvage in whatever maybe we can recap the capital. So there we ended that.
And you started focusing on the prime business.
So thank you, Gunnar. That's what I was trying to say. So we were able to focus on my other business, which actually where I'm able to make much more money or much more value creation compared to other things. So, I mean, one could probably think about asking, if I can't go to Ambattur, how I went all the way to Kerala. Okay. See, once again, I mean, this is a business which I have been used to, because my initial days, I'm sure all of you will be able to relate to yourself. Whatever you do as a first thing, you'll do with lots and lots of passion, lots and lots of love put into it.
We completely involve into that, yes.
Yeah, we involve. So, right from 2000, when I started my first store, Ram and myself, we used, including Ram's wife, we used to spend close to 6 to 8 hours in the store every day. Okay. So, we are hands-on into the process. So, okay. Wherever we go and duplicate it, we know what to do, how to do, and what not to do all the most. Okay. So, that helped us to be successful in the business model, what we are trying. So that's where now we have developed into 8 different locations and doing a decent business in terms of this Jockey brand outlets. And also happy that the brand is also having enough faith and trust on us. That's one more good thing which probably I would like to mention.
Such a big brand, continuously you're associated for many years. That itself shows the credibility. And sir, you said you are partnered with Mr. Ram for more than 10 years now, correct?
Yeah.
So a lot of aspiring entrepreneurs actually want to start a business by partnering with their friend, with their relatives or something. So like if they want to have a successful partnership, because being a partner with someone for 10 years is not a easy thing, and which means you know how to be in a partnership. So can you give some suggestions for aspiring entrepreneurs who want to partner and start a new business?
Thank you, Guna. That's a very, very useful and very, very good question. Thank you very much for that question. Let me tell you, partnering is the best thing what can happen for any individual.
Okay.
And if you probably lose control or lose track, that is the worst thing that can happen for a person. So what is that you need to do is always partner with a person with a different skill set.
Okay.
You will be strong in A skill set and they will be strong in B skill set.
So complementing each other.
Okay. Complementing each other, exactly the right word what we can tell. So in this case with Ram and myself, I can tell I am very good in operations. He is very good in strategy.
Super.
So I will. We both will.
Okay.
Exactly. We both will give space for each other and ensure that we are complementing each other. And definitely as a partner, see, do you think that you will not have a quarrel or fight with your wife, with your son, with your husband? Like that, it will always be there. But always keep the good thing in the mind, keep the broader perspective in mind, and keep traveling. And also, we will. My partner Ram always says, we agree to disagree.
Okay.
That's a great phrase what he uses. We agree to disagree. So that, even though it is not agreeable, but we put forward the common cause and somewhere we finally agree that we'll go ahead and do this. And if it fails, maybe we'll do that. Super. So that's what. But normally we used to give a space for both of us and we complement each other whenever need be in whatever cases. So it is healthier. Okay. That's what is the success formula for whatever we are traveling together all along.
Super. Sir, you're into business for many years now. So most of them who are watching this video are aspiring entrepreneurs who have a lot of dreams, a lot of ideas, and they want to start a business on their own. So what will be your suggestion or tips for those aspiring entrepreneurs who want to start a new business?
Okay, so India is one country comparatively to comparing to other countries where you have more and more entrepreneurs, and India's backbone is, I would say, only two things. One is agriculture, and the second is we, the entrepreneurs. We, the entrepreneurs, have to be proud to feed this nation through our IT or through our GST or whatever good things that we are doing to this nation, and we are actually generating more and more employment. That is the best thing what an entrepreneur can do. So I would wish that many of you come forward and be an entrepreneur, which is a good thing. But as you aspire to become an entrepreneur, I would like you to look about 3 or 4 important points which you have it in mind, and definitely it will be a success formula for you. First and foremost is you must have hands-on experience in whatever you are trying to do, or you must ally or partner with a person who is experienced in the field what you want to get inside. That is the first and foremost point which I will tell you. And second is, if you are a budding entrepreneur, if you are a startup, ensure that you minimize the capex. That is all the more important, because your hard-earned money, till you taste the first success, have the capex in minimum. As you start to be successful, as I told you, in 2000, my first store was successful, my second store was successful, my third store was successful, and my fourth store was a flop. But I was able to withstand that flop because of all the 3 successes.
The first 3 stores gave some back.
Imagine if that first store was a flop.
Correct.
I am not going to be speaking in front of you today.
Correct.
Kunal is not going to call me to speak in front of you guys. So always, till you taste the first success, have your capex in control. That's very important. And also try and cut cost wherever possible. That's the third important point, because I always love this phrase by Indira Gandhi: a rupee saved is a rupee earned. Be very clear. As I told you in my initial days, I used to be the marketing guy, I used to be the delivery boy, I used to be the store opening manager, or whatever you can call. I used to be the designer. It's not that I can't hire somebody. If I hire, I need to pay from my pocket, which my business was not able to do that. So initial days, I had everything in control. I did not even take a penny as salary for the first 12 months of my business life.
So you spent more time and saved a lot of money for the company, exactly, for the organization.
Whatever I could, I tried doing it so that have the cost under control. Because if cost is shooting, you are lost, and all your energy is lost if you don't have money with you.
Correct.
That's the way you are doing all these things for earning money. If it is not, you are lost. So ensure that you cut cost wherever possible to best possible extent. Okay. And third important point is always build relationships. in life, let me tell you, relationship is one thing which is going to help you without even you realizing that. Let me tell you a quote from Chef Hyken. He says, the greatest technology in the world hasn't replaced the ultimate relationship building tool that is between a customer and a business, is just a human touch. So ensure that you have the human touch, ensure that you build the relationship. And this lockdown period is a very good time for you to build relationship. You build relationship with whoever you know. It could be a bank manager, it could be a relative, it could be a client, it could be your friends. So build relationship that is going to be handy for you at the time of need. That is what I would like to tell you. And very importantly, let me tell you, in any business success, always it's only 20% of aptitude. This is not what I'm saying. It is by a world's famous sales trainer, Brian Tracy. He says sales success or business success is only 20% of aptitude and the balance 80% is attitude. So I want you guys to have a dream, have the right attitude to be winning in your life so that you'll definitely win and you will be a successful entrepreneur. Just ensure that you are sticking to your basics and practicing whatever your inner my engineering mind says. I'm sure every human being has an inner say, and many a times it will be only the right thing. You just believe in it, it is going to guide you to the right things. And I can also tell you one more thing if you want to be an entrepreneur. Once again, it's a quote from Mother Teresa. It's not about how much you do, and it is about how much love you put into that counts.
Okay.
See, your passion can be there, your vision can be there, your mission can be there. But if you don't love whatever you're doing, if you just do for the sake of doing it, it is less chances that you'll be successful. But if you do it with love, if you do it with dedication, you are going to be definitely successful. And I wish all of you are successful in whatever business you are getting into. And people like Guna and myself and many others are always there, ready to give a supporting hand to any business entrepreneur in whatever way we could. That's what we actually aspire. We aspire to, have more entrepreneurs and have more successful entrepreneurs actually.
Definitely. The reason why we are having this video itself is like to create more entrepreneurs. It's a reason we want more entrepreneurs to come up in their life and they, without any fear, without any hesitation, they want to come up as an entrepreneur. So yeah. I think they've got a lot of takeaways from today's interview, a lot of quotes, a lot of takeaways, and I think this will definitely boost confidence in any aspiring entrepreneur watching this video. So before we close, finally, is there anything which you want to share?
Yeah, just I want to tell one thing, Guna. As a business entrepreneur, always, as you start growing in your business, you start getting into the compliance mode. That is very important. To my success today, I can tell you one thing. I have my ethics, my values, and my attitude to compliance. Till today, I can tell you, I am into business for 18 years now. There has never been a check that is bounced what I've given.
Wow. Awesome.
In this 18 years of my business life, none of my checks have bounced.
Super.
That's what the financial control, financial discipline, what I have in me. And one more thing, let me tell you, I have 4 major credit cards and I have never ever paid even 1 rupee as late fee or 1 rupee as interest for any of my credit card outstandings in this 18 years.
Super.
So that means you need to have a financial discipline and you also need to comply to the government norms. This compliance, today you can feel that it is sort of a burden, but it will be handy going forward in your CIBIL ratings or in your bank funding you, in wherever you go, without any funds you can do business today. There are banks which are ready to give you, provided you are good. That is the only thing they want to look at. So guys, always comply, always be focused, and I am sure that you will be definitely successful. And one day you'll be proud that you are serving the nation in one way or other.
Thank you, Mr. Elangovan sir, for giving a lot of insights on how an entrepreneur can start a business and how to run business and how they should be financially disciplined, etc. So I think this would have definitely added a lot of value. So thank you very much for joining for today's interview. And thank you everybody for watching over here. I will get back to you with yet another episode at the Startup Stories. Thank you. So last, do you want to thank everyone?
Thank you very much, Guna, and thank you everybody. And wish my only wish is that I see more and more entrepreneurs as as how even a single follower of Guna turns to be an entrepreneur. I'm happy for that. And if I'm
Definitely.
adding at least a percentage of value for them, I'm really happy for them.
I'm going to create a lot of entrepreneurs without any doubt. So that's what my vision is. So that's I'm going to do everything whichever it takes to bring up more entrepreneurs so that in turn we create more jobs. So thank you all for watching this video. Kindly share this video so that it will also benefit others. So see you in my next startup story series. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and I'm ready to help you in whatever way we could, in whatever way I could add value. I'm ready to do this for creating more and more entrepreneurs for India.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Bye.